if this works. There we go. That was to connect black business owners to each other. I've never asked for anything from these business owners, never expected anything from them. My big thing was just to connect these people together, and I think that's something that builds trust in people. But if you're going into an organization or you're going into you're developing something, and the first thing you're doing is give me, give me, give me, give me, folks, people will see that and they'll see through that very quickly. So you want to go into it with a servant's heart. How can I serve my clients? How can I serve my friends? How can I serve the people that I'm going to be working with? So number 3, be we-centric or create a we-centric culture. Building an environment where we nurture is an inclusive culture creates a strong sense of us. Celebrate the strengths and achievements of others. Acknowledge the values you see in others and how the shared visions belong to you all. We're talking about the collective here now. What are you bringing to the table that we can say is great? That's what you want to focus on, as opposed to it's all about me, 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 me. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. We see this exemplified a lot when we talk to people who are talk show hosts. I mean, talk show hosts are big on this, especially a lot of the network news guys. They, instead of doing stories about whatever is going on, they talk about who is talking about them. And it just becomes an enraging thing because they're supposed to be talking about other things. So it's about the we thing. Number 4, revise your opinions of others. Have you ever misjudged someone or by letting some kind of bias get in the way? Creating stories about why someone is behaving in a way, how wronged you have been by someone, or making assumptions based on the clothes someone is wearing. Okay? And where they fit in the workplace. Maybe it's time to hit the pause button, as we know that there can be a wide gap between intent and impact. This is the catchphrase here. Adopt a curiosity lens and come with good intentions. And we've all probably done this, folks, where we've looked at people and we've said, you look like you could be a criminal, something like that. As opposed to saying, you know what, I'm going to look at this person with an open perspective. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm expecting the best out of this person, okay? So revise your opinions about people. Don't make preconceived notions about it. African Americans are big on this, okay? Not only has it happened to us, but we tend to do it with other people too. And not only that, but we tend to think other people are thinking about us in that vein, and it creates a wedge, already a pre-made wedge between us and other people, because we're walking around with a chip on our shoulder, okay? But if you come into a room, and we're going to talk about this a little later in another article, and I'm hoping we're going to get to it because I don't want to spend a lot of time. Oh yeah, we're running really behind right now, but we're going to get to this. There's a story that we're going to talk about one of the richest, I should say, the first woman to build a billion-dollar company, and you're going to want to hear about this and how this plays with people having opinions of you. So we're going to talk about that a little later. But remember, revise your opinions about others. Don't let your preconceived knowledge or preconceived notions of people affect the way you treat people. Number 5, have proper etiquette. Your body language tells a lot about you. Sloppy timekeeping, scruffiness, like I'm doing right now with I'm growing a beard. No, I'm not growing a beard, folks. I just didn't shave. Scruffiness can be taken as signals that you are not bothered and may raise questions about your general level of commitment. Be conscious or conscientious. Exude professionalism, and remember you are being paid to behave in a certain way. This is important, especially those of us who are on a success journey. I've met people before who said, well, people should accept me the way I am. They should accept the way my hair is. They should accept the way I dress. They should accept the way I speak, okay? Or the way I talk. I should be fine with that. Okay, well, that generally doesn't take you very far. Yes, you can be very upset at the world and it's unfair, but we live in America, folks, and America has a certain way of accepting those into the hierarchy of success, and I hate to put it this way, but that's just kind of the way it is. And it generally isn't being an individual on that level. I don't know how better to say it. A proper etiquette is in order in everywhere you go. Dressing well. You don't have to wear a great suit all the time, okay? To tell you the truth, folks, I got a great deal on this suit. I wish I could tell you how much it is. This is a very expensive jacket, but I'm going to tell you a secret. I got a deal on it. A super smoking deal on this suit, or on this jacket, and I got another one just like it. And it got a smoking deal. But that's what people want to see. That's what people want to. If you're going to make an impression on people in the first couple of seconds, you need to come with your A game. And you can't come looking like, who flung poo. That's the scientific word. That's the proper way of saying it. Yes. Number 6, show kindness. Saying thank you is so underrated. So it's important to show your colleagues appreciation when they help you out. This is important. Showing gratitude lets people know that you value their time and their energy. So I've got on the line right now, I've got Rosella McDonald, and she has a fantastic book company, and accounting company. And I want to tell you, I thank you because of all the people who have been on this. And Rosella, I've seen you. I know you are. You have been very, very faithful to watching what we're talking about here. And I thank you for that. I really do. And we've had many, many people watch the broadcasts over the last few weeks. But this one person, Rosella McDonald, has been a superstar. And so I want to thank you for that. And I do not look. I don't want to not acknowledge that. Okay. So number 7, the 360 feedback. It's not easy to understand how other people receive us. We are often uncertain, confused, or even oblivious of what we project. We need people to look at our lives, and it's important that we have people who not only are confidants, but people who will actually give us an honest opinion of who we are. And we can't do it. It's very hard for us to actually look on our own lives and say that we can give ourselves our own honest opinion. We need people who will actually look at our lives and go, hey, look, I think you're a little boorish, I think you're a little loud, I think you're a little soft, that kind of thing. But you want to have people who will actually take a look at your life and look at how you present yourself and give you feedback on that. So that's how to make an impactful impression in the first 7 seconds when you meet someone. If you're joining us right now, I'm Sherman Ray. This is Black Success Magazine. This is our Good Friday edition of Black Friday. Started a little early today because really we want to be mindful of the fact that it's Good Friday. It's Easter weekend, and a lot of you are out there getting ready to go to church tonight. So we want to get this show in real early and make sure that you get a rundown of the week's greatest articles. So the next article we want to talk about. The only way that you can be successful is to do what successful people do. So while you're watching this, if you have got a question or you've got an insight, something you'd like to me to address in one of the articles, by all means, use the chat feature in Facebook Live, and we'll answer that question for you. There might be a slight delay in me getting to your answer or to your question, but we'll definitely get to that too. And for those of you who are watching us on YouTube, we are so excited about that too. We want you also to do the same thing. Make sure that you put something down in the comment section that pertains to the particular article that we were talking about. Love to hear from you. Next article is about the only way to be successful is to do what successful people do. And that it seems like that would be easy, don't you think? That all we have to do to be successful is just copy what the successful people do. And yet, well, let's find out. Let's find out what do successful people do. Number 1, they're committed. Successful people all do 2 things without fail. They start and they continue. I'm going to say it again. They start and they continue. One more time. They start and they continue. Both are facets of committing to success. You literally have to commit to success. You can't just say, I want to be successful. It just doesn't work that way. You have to commit to being successful. And what that means is that you have to start. Some of us get so caught up in the minutia, in the weeds of being on a success journey. We want to overanalyze things, and we want to make sure that all of the ducks are in a row before we get things started. You can't do that. When I first started Black Success Magazine, you know what I did? I got online, I looked for the URL, and within a half an hour, I had the website up and running. And literally, I didn't want to wait until I got all the articles together. I said, look, I'm going to get going on this thing right now because I've got a vision for this Black Success Magazine. I think it can be great. I didn't even have everything worked out. I had an idea of what I wanted to do, and I had a direction I felt I wanted to go to, but I didn't want to just wait until everything was perfect, because you can't always wait for things to get perfect. Those are called wishes. That's not action. Action is what successful people have in common with people who don't, or what people who are successful, that's a common denominator, is that they're action people. They get committed. Okay? How can any successful person become so if they do not start the journey? Okay? All successful stories begin with a dream that was acted upon. Many of you probably saw the meme about Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon.com. And they showed him in 1999, I believe it was. And in 1999, he was sitting at a desk, and it wasn't like a very nice desk, not like the one he's got now, of course. He's got a really nice desk now. But it was basically, just a little crappy old desk, and he had a computer in front of him and a dream in his head and a phone to his ear, and that's how Amazon.com got started. The sign that he had behind him was inspiring, because the sign was like spray painted. Amazon.com. It was a big sign too. It was on a sheet. It wasn't even like on a piece of paper. It was like on a sheet. Amazon.com, and that's